when you talk to folks in show business, we have a well-worn phrase for resilience, which is the show must go on. And LaChanze Gooding, I'm sure, could wax poetic of tales about what happened before shows or during shows that put that statement to test. However, it's her real life, her offstage life, where the tale of resilience really resounds for her as a mother, as a human being. I was able to talk to LaChanze on the phone about that story, and I think you will find it just as instructive as I did.
I never wanted to raise children alone. I was raised in a two-family home for the most part. My mother and father divorced when I was young, and there was a bunch of stress in my family, there was a bunch of trauma in my childhood. But I always knew that I would never raise my children the way that I was raised. I said they will have a father, they will have a loving father, a loving, supportive father, and he'll be there. When he died, when he was killed, the first thought that I had was, I can't raise children by myself. I was furious that he was taken away from me, and I was just really, really, really angry. But then I started thinking about, well, they lost their father. They can't lose their mother too. They became the reason that I got up in the morning, the reason that I sought out experiences that were positive, the reason I put a community around us of support. And I refuse to let this horrible act of terrorism take their mother too. One of my gifts is to be a light in dark places, I think. In my voice, in my talent, in my performing, everyone has said to me consistently since I was a child that when you sing, I feel the spirit. When you're in that space, I feel that. And people have said that to me as a child. And growing up in this business, I leave the theater and they would say things like, oh my God, I was crying and I never cry. And when you opened your mouth, I got chills. Just feel like one of my gifts is to help people feel.
When your husband died, were you able to sing in that time, or do you? No.
I didn't sing for a long time. I had decided that I was no longer going to work as an actor. I was just going to stay home and raise my children. I wasn't going to leave New York, but I was going to stay and do that. 5 weeks after Zaya was born, I'm sitting in my apartment, and Eve Ensler, formerly V is what she calls herself now, called me and said, I think you need to get back on stage. And I was like, I'm never working again. I'm not going to be an actress anymore. I don't need to do that. And she said, I have a play that I think you'd be good in. She said, it's easy. You just have to sit on a stool and fake orgasms. And she was talking about the vagina monologue. I credit Eve Ensler, the V, with getting me back on stage. Because I had let that part of myself go. There's no time raising two babies. I had two cribs. They were both so young. I was like, I'm just going to say I want to raise my kids. And I got back on that stage, and the joy that I get from performing, that feeling, that exchange, she cracked that dark seed back open and got me back to wanting to perform again. So I credit her for that.
So the performing is a part of your resilience.
Yes, definitely.
So when did you realize not just that you could delight other people from performing, but that it saved you too?
When I can honestly say I knew it, and as they say, I know that I know that I know that I know, was when I was doing Once on This Island. That's when I knew that I had something that I needed to be happy. There's something special in that. I honestly am just starting to, now that they're moving out of the house, now that one is gone and the other one is about to go, I'm starting to have deep, irrational bouts of grief for him. Loss. I think I'm going into a period of grief because I'm about to be alone. I'm about to be an empty nester. And I think about that too. I'm going to have to deal with the loss of him.
How are you going to do that?
I don't think I ever truly accepted the fact that he's gone. I just feel him present often. I see him in our girls, see him in our children. Our time here is finite, and we have to get the best that we can out of this life while we have this life.